This is Houston, the city that makes Dallas look like Doncaster. And we're here for Rendez-Vous Houston, which we've been promised will be the biggest show ever produced on the planet. Modest to a fault, these people, as you'll see. Jean-Michel, tell me, what are these people actually doing on the side of this building? They appear to be hanging out laundry or something.
Yeah, that's right, exactly. It looks like much more Napolitan than American, actually, like that, with all these things hanging around.
What are they doing?
The idea is to cover this building with a white screen, with a patch made of various pieces to project from the tower.
So that's that tower over there?
Here, yes.
Right.
This big tower. Some big projections, big images.
What sort of images?
They have, they are done handmade on a kind of big version of a regular slides. Yeah. But much bigger, about 2 feet wide.
Yeah. So how long has this actually been in the planning stages?
In about 1 year ago, the city of Houston asked me to try to think about something special for the celebration of their 150th anniversary.
Had you had dealings with Houston before? I mean, what was your connection with this place?
No. I mean, apart from Spare Ribs and John Wayne's movies, nothing. Yeah. I never went in Texas before. And when I went into Houston, I really fell in love with the skyline of downtown Houston. I think it's totally unique, even in United States. And it sounded to me that it could be an ideal place to put together a kind of metropolis concept in terms of an event.
So what was your first move when you decided to do this kind of show?
I mean, to be in contact with various people of the city to try to explain to them what was the idea. Yeah. And then to be in contact with NASA, because I had a good friend for a while, an astronaut called Bruce McCandless. I knew him before all what happened, and he's been amazingly creative and enthusiastic about the whole project, and he introduced me to one of his best friends, Ron McNair. Yeah. And we got the idea together for the celebration. I mean, here to try to put together music in space. I mean, for me to write a piece of music that could be played by Ron McNair on his saxophone, because he's a good sax player as well as a high-level scientist, to record this piece of music in the shuttle, to shoot it also, and to play back the result of it on the screen. Yeah. It's actually a totally different concept than a regular show, I mean a regular rock show. The audience will be in a lot of different places, on top of various buildings.
So they're going to be behind that freeway over there?
Yes, behind the freeway over there. In
the publicity, you're advising people to bring radios. Why should they bring radios?
Because to avoid a delays problem for the sound, we have a simulcast with a local radio station, and we are going to use the FM
so the people are going to be sitting there listening to it on the radio.
That's right, and they can bring their radio and getting the headphones and getting the music live and in sync with the images. And this stage in itself is only one element of the show. I mean, the show is not only the stage, but also the rest of the skyline. So I'm going to conduct the music as well as the lighting, because it's so connected. It has to be done in sync. Yeah. And this is a fairly new concept in terms of show, to be able to play with light as well as instruments. For instance, these instruments, this kind of keyboard or xylophone.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, isn't it?
You are able with this keyboard to control lighting as well as sound.
So how many people are involved altogether?
It's we're talking about around 200 people coming from Europe. Yeah. The charm of that is actually it's a really European concept also. Putting in America, I mean, a lot of French, but also a lot of English, Italian, Germans involved, because also we have developed in Europe a lot of different techniques, and in France, for instance, we have developed a lot of visual techniques. When you see this tower with projectors, gun lights, they've been done and created in France by a lot of, by a bunch of very talented graphic artists. And all these techniques, for instance, the fireworks techniques, is very different from what they usually see in this country. In this country, I mean, the best fireworks is the loudest.
Yeah.
In Europe, we are more used to things, I mean, more subtle in a way. Yeah. And the fireworks we're going to use is totally synchronized with the city. And the guy acting the fireworks is on stage also. And he will control his fireworks through a video screen, a monitor video, from the stage to control the various fireworks on top of various buildings.
They're going to be on top of the buildings as well, the fireworks?
Yes, that's right. These days we have to recognize that the pure rock concert as a format is starting to fading out. It's maybe because we are discovering visual before the sound with videos and television and movies on music. And I think we are going now for until the beginning of the 21st century into a new age in terms of show. I mean, using the tools of these days. I mean, with lasers and videos and projections and lighting synchronized with sound. It's time to integrate that in a show. And if you think of it, since the 60s, a lot of, I mean, a rock show is more or less the same. I mean, there is not a lot of difference between the early Elvis Presley type of shows and rock shows of these days. I mean, the look is different, the sound is different, but the format is the same, more or less. Yeah. We are talking in Houston about something entirely different. I mean, about something that covers a lot more fields. I mean, we are working with painters, with plumbers for lasers, with lighting engineers, with people from NASA. I mean, this is very exciting.